From relatively humble beginnings only a few years ago, the Renault Simola hill climb in Modena has turned into a big and international motorsport event. It hosts some very interesting cars, some very fast drivers, and some very exotic machinery, as you can see here. This is one of the cars that's going to be in action on the weekend of the 18th of May, and we've taken the opportunity to drive this car, get a sense of what it's like to be behind the wheel of one of these machines. The Ferrari under scrutiny here is a 360 Modena Challenge race car, a factory-built track version of the 360 Modena production model. It was originally created to compete in the one-make 360 Challenge racing series. This particular example isn't raced regularly, but instead is used by its corporate owner as a marketing tool at track days. However, like last year, it will be a popular attraction at the Renault Simola hill climb. The clean lines of the 360's Pininfarina-styled coachwork make it one of the most attractive Ferraris of modern times. In racing trim, the 360 crouches even lower on the tar than the standard version, while the black-finished alloy rims are fitted with racing slicks. Other external clues to the car's motorsport heritage include the large rear wing and the pronounced rear diffuser, together with details such as the fast-fill fuel slot and the quick-release fasteners for the engine cowling. In short, the Ferrari looks every inch the racing car that it is, and it sounds the part too. We chatted to Rob Scott, the lucky driver of the Ferrari, to find out more about the 360 Challenge and about his hill climb ambitions. Rob, this is a 360 Challenge. How does it compare to the normal road car?
Well, the car is a lot lighter than the normal road car. You know, it doesn't have the cats and the exhaust straight through. But other than that, it's pretty much the same motor.
And obviously rear-wheel drive, gearbox.
It's the F1 box,
yes.
Paddle shift system.
Okay.
Works quite nicely on the cars. It's not the dual clutch, but it's still very nice.
The 3.6-litre V8 employs 5 valves per cylinder and is rated at 306 kilowatts, together with a torque peak of 388 newton meters. The gearbox is a robotized 6-speed manual using an electronically controlled actuator. Shift paddles on either side of the steering column allow up and down shifts, while the electronics even blip the throttle on downshifts. Gear changes are quicker and more percussive than on the standard car, in line with its racing application. The Ferrari will be one of the crowd favourites at this year's Renault Simola hill climb. We asked Rob what it's like competing in the event.
It's an awesome event. It's just very well planned, good bunch of guys, just a nice atmosphere, nice place to be.
The only place I wanted to be at that moment was in the left-hand drive cockpit of the Ferrari. Once strapped into the bucket seat, it was simply a matter of flicking the ignition switch and pushing the start button to wake up the high-revving V8 for a few laps around the mid-Val racing circuit. Obviously, the track environment is quite different to the do-or-die action on the hill climb, but the experience did provide some insight into the sheer urge and responsiveness of the 360 Challenge. And besides, this has to be one of the best-sounding race cars around, even from behind the wheel. If you thought this Ferrari looked spectacular and sounded even more spectacular, you should try driving the thing. It is absolutely fantastic around the circuit. Obviously, this car is set up particularly for track work, so it has the lower suspension, it has the slick tyres, and obviously a roll cage. A little bit lighter than the standard car, but so responsive and so crisp on the throttle that it's absolutely fantastic to drive. The turn-in, actually, interestingly enough, quite a bit of understeer. You would have thought with this car it would be tail happy, quite the opposite, probably been set up to be a little bit more lenient towards the driver, but I have to say I could spend the entire day driving this car, and I think that taking it up the hill climb will be quite spectacular. For Rob and the HAB team, one of the main challenges at the Renault Simola hill climb will be to get the slick tyres up to temperature. In a track environment, it takes a lap or so before the tyres are hot enough to provide vital grip, but at the hill climb there are no warm-up laps. Rob hopes to use tyre warmers, which are like powerful electric blankets that heat the tyres to around 90 degrees or so, which should ensure decent grip from the word go. The interior of the Ferrari isn't nearly as plush as the road-going version, with the emphasis very much on race car functionality and safety, of course. Lightweight bucket seats, carbon fibre finishes and an LCD display are the key components, together with racing harnesses and a roll cage. In other words, it's the perfect office for a high-performance racing machine such as this. If motorsport action and fast cars are your game, there's only one place to be, of course, the Renault Simola hill climb in Knysna, running on the 19th and 20th of May. It is going to feature cars like this one, 360 Modena Challenger, as well as a whole bunch of GTRs and a number of other very, very fast machines, some international drivers, and it really promises to be the best hill climb to date. A high-revving V8 provides huge lashings of power and torque, ensuring that the go matches the sports car looks of one of Ferrari's most handsome designs. Even in race-focused challenge guys, this is still an ultra-desirable machine, but the stripped-out cockpit means that luxury and refinement are in short supply.